Big ideas for the year 2021. This video is about digital wallets like Square and PayPal and the new Paysafe who went just public. All these are fintech companies and are primarily technology companies that focus on the financial market. The financial market is an extremely exciting industry because a massive change is taking place here, which is currently not really known by the public. And today we are going to look at the study by ARK Invest and what's about these developments and why they should massively benefit. So, if you are still looking for fintech companies for your depot, it is definitely worthwhile to stay tuned until the end. But with further ado, let's jump right into it. ARK Invest assumes that the digital wallet has a market potential of $4.6 trillion US, and that above all PayPal's Venmo and Square. But not only these two, now we have as well a new player in the States, Paysafe, as they went public through a merger with SPAC, fully Trasimene. But we have as well many smaller companies and startups like Robinhood, and they are going to change the entire banking industry. ARK Invest writes the mobile phone as the bank branches in users' pockets and handbags. And even if many of these companies have already had a very strong rally, they still have a tremendous price potential, since the value of the wallets per customer is currently only around $250 to $1,900. The actual value of a customer or digital wallet could be up to $20,000 US in the coming years. And such a development could have happened very quickly, as we have seen in China. Mobile payments are mainly done by cell phone and have literally exploded in China in few years. And the annual mobile payment volume is now 2.5 times the gross domestic product of China. And meanwhile, the area of mobile payments and digital wallets is a worldwide phenomenon, and traditional banks therefore have a huge problem. There are currently mainly local players in the US. ARK Invest mentions the Cash App from Square and PayPal as an example. But companies like Robinhood are also growing very quickly. And we see the same development in Africa and South America. But in these regions, e-commerce leading companies in particular are very active in the market, as we can see on the next slide. But now we take a look at the comparison with the development of a classic bank like JP Morgan, which is one of the largest US banks ever, and it had taken 30 years to accumulate 60 million customers accounts, and the biggest increase was always associated with takeovers, and Square and PayPal did the same in less than 10 years, and that without takeovers, so all by themselves. The biggest problem for the traditional banking world is that they have a huge disadvantage compared to the fintech companies in the cost environment. While the traditional financial institutions pay between $250 and $1,000 US per customer, and that is due to the classic marketing but also typical physical branches, where the fintech companies spend just $20 US to win a new customer. In this slide, ARK explicitly addresses the increased costs of branches. The offices are becoming more and more expensive for the banks due to staff costs and building maintenance. And the benefits decrease dramatically as fewer and fewer customers come to the offices, and this reduces the value of the physical offices. This we can see here in the States. I mean, how many branches are closing? Not just because of the fintech companies, we have as well the online banks and brokers who as well only operate online. And I made a video of the 3 best online banks, which I will link up here in case you're interested. And this trend will continue to increase, also through YouTube and the internet in general, as there is so much incredibly good information that you can basically take your finances in your own hands even without training or whatsoever. And that is also the reason why ARC sees a very big risk in the traditional banking world. Because the digital wallets will change the current business of the classic banks massively, because the mobile ones could serve in the next few years above all as a really good opportunity and point of sales to make offers to the existing customers in areas where the classic banks can no longer keep up, where we are already seeing this with online brokers. I mean, who has a broker at the brick and mortar bank and is willing to pay the huge costs they have? So ARK Invest firmly believes that the fintech companies will continue to expand their product portfolio and will not only be mainly responsible for the payment area, but also provide other services, and this should also significantly increase sales and earnings potentials in the future. ARK estimates that at the end of the development, a customer or digital wallet per customer will have an average value of $20,000. This value is made up of the individual product categories such as payments, insurances, lendings, savings, accounts and deposits, and should also have a great potential to serve as an opportunity to e-commerce, to express the whole thing a little differently. I mean, how often do you go to the bank every day, and how often do you look into your broker account or your online account? So every time you enter the bank has the chance to sell you something, and it works the same way with your mobile phone. In the end, it will also be a very valuable product for the e-commerce company. Again, the growth potential cannot be assessed large enough. Even if we have seen a large growth in number of mobile and digital wallets in the recent years, we are still in the middle of a huge growth potential. The number of accounts will double in the next few years, and at the same time the value of these digital wallets will increase massively. So the potential is enormous. Let's take a quick look at the companies that should benefit from this development. Square and PayPal were both mentioned several times by ARK in this study and are simply two giants here in the US. So if you want to cover the fintech area in your depot, you can't avoid having one of these companies in your depot. But there are a lot of smaller companies in the US, like for example Paysafe, and to all of them I will make separate in-depth videos with a full analysis. Paysafe went public through a merger with the SPAC Fully Trasimene. The transaction closed on March 13th and the ticker symbol changed from BFT to PSFE and became effective on March 31st on the NYSE. William Fuley II, the founder and the chairman of Fully Trasimene, will serve as the chairman of Paysafe's newly formed board of directors. Philip McHugh will still be the CEO of the combined company. The stock fell by nearly 11% on March 31st, however it gained 8.2% of April 2nd, which helped to recoup a larger part of the debut losses. According to The Fly, Compass Point analyst Michael Del Grosso initiated coverage of Paysafe with a buy rating of $19 price target per share. The analyst sees the company as a relatively scarce asset within the payments industry, given its unique business strategy, geographical footprint and focus on the iGaming industry. Del Grosso adds the Paysafe deserves a premium valuation given its high growth verticals. So Paysafe could be a huge opportunity. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay focused and don't get greedy. See you next time.